cannot do. We dey pray.
My name is Fumi from Nigeria. I am that woman the Lord has shown great mercy. It all started about 3 months ago. I just woke up one morning and I had sharp pain on my right breast. I said, what is this? Touching the breast now, I saw that there was a lump there. I said, lump on my breast? I was so devastated. I was crying. I said, I can't be on this altar and see this type of thing. I will not serve God and bow my head in shame. Father, So I went to the hospital. I told my doctor. My doctor said there is nothing they can do, that I have to go for tests. When I go for tests, they will know what is there. After the test, they gave me the results. Say it's highly malignant cancer. I took the result back to my doctor in the hospital. He checked. He said, "Mommy, we are going to remove the lump. We are going for surgery. So let's remove the lump and take some of the specimens to the lab so that they know what is exactly there." So I went for surgery. They took the specimens, part of the specimens. I took it to the lab and they told me that I should come back in 10 working days. I still joined the altar every morning, praying to God, reversing every type of cancer.
We men with breast cancer, the Lord is showing you mercy. By the message of God, I announce, let it be reversed.
About 5 days ago, the result is not ready. A week out, I was so, I could not eat again. I could not drink water. I was so down. So I won't call my son. I say, maybe they have told you people the result. You are hiding it from me. He said, "Mommy, they have not sent the result. If they send this, we are going to show you the result." One day, my son just came and said, "Mommy, what you are thinking is not what happened. No, Roy has done it for us." So because my son was one that introduced me to this platform, he said, so he brought the result for me. This is the result. They say I am cancer free. No cancer, no trace of cancer at all. Just want to return all glory, honor, and adoration to God, who has given me another chance. And I will be in this altar. I will never leave this altar, because God has proved himself to me that he's on this altar. Pastor Jerry, I join the millions of people that always say the oil on your head will never run dry. What God cannot do does not exist. Thank you.
My name is Kelechi, and I've come all the way from Ottawa, Canada, to give this testimony. First of all, I want to say thank you to God for the opportunity to be standing here today. Now, towards the end of last year, the Holy Spirit had been ministering to me that the time at my company, my old job, had come to an end. So the first mistake I made was to rely on my own understanding. Now, I have a first-class degree in my bachelor's and also in my master's degree. And I've never really had to struggle for a job, so I thought it would be easy to get a job. So I actively started applying for a job, and it was just nothing. It was very silent, but I was not pressured because I still had the job. Now, come to January this year, 22nd to be precise, I lost my job. I got laid off. And I was doing the New Year fast, and the enemy was speaking to me, if people are doing New Year fast, and they are getting their breakthroughs, you are losing your job, it don't be for you. But I'm like, what God cannot do does not exist. So I started applying for jobs, and it was rejections upon rejections. I started making declarations that my inbox will not be a graveyard for rejections. Now, come to September, I started interviewing for roles, still rejection. October, still rejection. Meanwhile, in January, I said, God, I want to come back in November and testify. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I want to do that. October 19th, my younger sister called me from the UK, and she said, it's going to be unfair if you're the only person missing from my mom's birthday celebration, because my mom turned 60 last week. And she said, can I book a flight for you? As soon as the call went off, I heard the Holy Spirit say, but you told me you want to come and testify in November. And immediately I said, but I don't have a testimony. And I shoved the conversation to the side. And I started preparing my kids for church, and pastor was preaching on the fourth service. The theme of the service was when God shows men mercy. And he was talking about the lepers who came to Jesus. He asked for mercy, and he said, go show yourself to the priest. And Pastor Jerry was saying, Just do it. God is not going to send you to report yourself to the priest and they will shame you. So that day I booked my flight and I said, God, I'm booking my flight October 19th. You have from today till my last Sunday in Nigeria to give me a reason to testify. Now, a company that I had interviewed for had rejected me. 24th, the hiring manager of another team reached out to me and said they wanted to interview me. We booked the interview for the 30th of October. 28th, the word came. Pastor Jerry said, when it comes to your turn, they will pick somebody else. It ends now. 30th, I went for my interview. I did the interview. It was on a Thursday. The following week, I got an offer. This offer is good. Even my sister wrote down an offer letter. The salary she wrote, it was big. I was like, this is too much. And she said, Kelechi, we're going to ask God for restoration, for compensation, and for Jara. And the Lord did it. And my salary, restoration, plus compensation, plus Jara, because what I asked for, they really added Jara on top of you. I get to walk from my house. I'm not confined to wearing any type of dressing like a banker. I walk from my house. Pastor Jerry, I want to say thank you. You know, when God told the lepers, he says, go and report yourself to the priest. He didn't even take me to land to Abuja. I already had 2 offers. So I have come to report myself to the priest of this altar that the Lord restored my finances and my salary, if I had stayed in that job, it would have taken me 10 years. 10 years to get to the salary that I have. God restored it under 9 months. 9 months. Pastor Jerry, God bless you. May the oil on your head never run dry. We dare pray.
My name is Linda and I've come from London to give this testimony. Last January, I was here to give a testimony about the various cancer diagnoses I was given. Now, when I turned 50, I decided to go back to school to do law. It's one of the things I've always wanted to do. And because I had a bit of time, I just felt I might as well go ahead to do it. And as soon as the enemy knew that I was going to do that, it struck me with cancer. That was the first testimony that I gave. And this year, that was 2023. And come 2025, I went to do the yearly mammogram. I was here. My husband called me and said to me, I've got bad news. I said, okay, go ahead. I'm here already. I'm already at the altar. And my husband said to me, you have been recalled. I said, why is that? He first said to me, where was the first surgery? I said, it's the right breast. And he said to me, it's the left breast this time. And I said to him, listen, I will not settle for this. To start with, I'm not even in the UK. So do me a favor, call them back. Tell them I'm not in the country. But I need to listen before I can even accept another date. And the Lord said to me, you are currently fasting and praying. Do the 10 minutes dance. I said, no, let me increase it to 20. Because I know what happened when I finished my exams. That's just to round that up. And he said to me, for end of every dance, sow a seed. My husband called me on the Monday to say to me, they have given you an appointment. The appointment date that they gave me was the same day I was supposed to come back to the UK. And I came back to the UK. I just said to myself, this has really settled it. I came back to the UK that same day. I went from the airport straight to this. And I said to my husband, this is different. I'm not going to cry this time. I'm not going to cry like the last time. I'm not going to negotiate with the doctors. I'm going to come back out here with my all cry. Pastor Jerry says, what prayer brings, prayer keeps. And he says, anything that is not of the Lord, that is planted in this body, will have to go. It's not subject to choice. I cannot be at the altar taking the Holy Communion, and my body will be riddled with cancer. That is not going to happen. The Lord has done it. He has perfected it. And Pastor Jerry keeps saying, it will end in praise. And before I left Nigeria, I sent a message to the Pray with Pastor Jerry. And that's what I always do. When I'm in some kind of difficulty or confusion, I just write him. When I came here, I said to my brother, after that service, I'm going to dance. I'm not going to pray. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to dance. And I will dance out of here. And that's how I'm going to dance out of that hospital as I walk into the UK. And I'm going to dance back in here and I'm going to thank the Lord. And that's exactly what happened. They did the ultra scan. They did all the scans they could. And they said to me, they can't find anything. I said, because a Roy has done it. As if that wasn't enough. Come October, my surgery site, that happened 2 years ago opened. And I'm sitting and thinking, this cannot be right. Pastor Jerry on the 6th of the 7th was saying to us to shake it. He always says, shake it. Anything that's not of the Lord should come out. The surgery site that was open, I touched something that felt like metal, and I pulled it out, and it wasn't supposed to be there. I took a snapshot of it, and I called the nurse. I said, listen, this is here. And they said to me, you need to come back into hospital. And this has been lodged there since 2023. With that declaration, everything that's not of the Lord that is in your body, shake it out, and it jumped out. So for me, I just said to the nurse, the Lord has done it. This is the end of cancer in my life. This is just to show you all that God is God. And when I started, I talked about going back to uni at 50. I was the oldest in my class. And it's so interesting because they just couldn't understand what I was doing. My seat was always in front. Every year I do the exam, they see me the next year. But the beauty of it is, I said to the Lord when I came back here after my exams, the Lord said to me, dance until your result comes out. And I did. And the beauty of it is that one of my papers, I had almost 90%. Now, we're talking about law. We're not talking about any other thing. So I just want to thank the Lord because I have walked out of that university, City University of London, with a 2-1 at the age of 53. I've come back to say to this God, who continues to show me mercy, who understands that the world is watching. I have boasted with his name. And he said, affliction will not arise the second time. And he has kept his words. He's that Roy, the God that truly sees me. Papa, I just want to say, like the millions of other people, the oil on your head will never run dry. You have so empowered us. You have energized us. When I walk out there, I say to them, my spiritual cover, my Papa is fearless. So there is nothing the enemy will throw at me that will come to pass. Amen.
Some of us, we are Christians, but for miracle, we don't believe it. That miracle can happen. People have been saying it, but some of us, we don't believe it. That was 2023 December. I stepped on a stone. I nearly fell, but I managed myself. Then my left leg, I can't move the leg again. The leg got swollen. They have to apply heat and all that. 2024, I missed the steps and I fell. The same leg left. The thing happened the following day. I couldn't walk again. I can't feel my knee. I can't feel my knee. I went to the hospital. They ran more than 20 tests. They couldn't find anything. I ended up in wheelchair. All tests ran. It didn't show anything. I told the doctors that I am tired. I want to go home. I can't bath myself. I can't wash. Common handkerchief. I can't. My sister will come and bath me, and I'll just sit outside 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'll just go and bath again and then go and sleep. That very month was when Papa was coming. I couldn't walk. So the ushers and my sister, they held me, and there is some water along the way. So my sister will carry me, and then we cross. So we went. We were there early as 8 a.m. Then when Papa said, pray for your neighbor, those that are sitting with you, pray for your neighbor. It's like a miracle. All the people around me, they just turned to me. They were shouting, praying for me. The ushers who helped my sister, they also keep praying for me. I heard an old lady saying, she's walking. Scatter the chairs for her to walk. By the time I opened my eye, where I was sitting was different from where I was standing. I said, hey. Then the usher said, no, God has made it. This is a miracle. This is a miracle. Let's go. You have to go and testify. That was how I went there to testify.
She could not walk. They carried this lady into the conference today. Papa, look at her. Oh. Look at her.
She was carried into this conference.
She was carried in here today.
She was carried.
Look at her, Papa.
She was carried. She was carried into this conference.
Me, myself, I can't believe it. Somebody who cannot walk. The people who saw me when I was going to urinate, they were all shouting. I said, yes, what God cannot do does not exist. It has happened. What will make me believe what is miracle has happened in my house? It has happened to me. The MRI that they said we should go and do, my sister sent me. We went. They put me in the machine. So I have to go and show the results to the doctor. When I entered, I walk. Me that I can't walk. The consultant used all his instruments on me. She is a Cuban doctor. She's a consultant. Standing with a medical student. Papa, can you believe it? I became a topic to the medical student. When she saw me, she was looking at me. Then she asked me to walk. I walk up and down, up and down. Then she said I should raise my hand. Things that I came the first time, I couldn't do it. I was doing it. This is the MRI. These are the things. Then she looked at the results. She didn't understand. Then she was telling the medical students that when this lady came the first time, what I am seeing is like all of a sudden, within 2 weeks, something just changed in the results. This is a miracle. Papa, I joined the millions. I joined the trillions to say, God bless you.
Somebody celebrate a roll.